double killer, bringing flavor to you. Deliver heat each week like it was catered to you. If it's real, best believe we gon' relay it to you. If it ain't the truth, I guarantee we ain't gon' say it to you. We use mics like girls use dildos. We gon' keep it coming till it's pouring out your ear holes. Orgasms, yeah, we been giving them. Them trash cans you listen to, get rid of them. Yeah, cause they don't sound like us. And if they do, then they don't break it down like us. They don't clown like us, get around like us. We from the city, but they don't go to town like us. The flavor we've been kicking is what you've been missing. Although it's free, we gon' make you pay attention. And there's one more thing that we forgot to mention. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe, and then listen. Bootleg Cable Podcast, flavor in your ear. Bootleg Cable Podcast. Welcome back to another episode of Bootleg Cable Podcast. I go by the name of P Double.
Yes, and I go by the name of Killer Cal. Welcome.
I think this is episode number 59. We on y'all last.
Something like that.
Yeah, man. What it is?
Same shit, different toilet. You know how it goes, baby.
I feel you. Damn, I had something that I wanted to say, but I totally forgot, man. That shit slipped my goddamn mind. Man.
No, well, that's why we're doing a podcast, because we have something to say. So
True.
The audience is tuning in, so you gotta bring it up, man.
Hey, whatever, man. Let's just jump it off.
Catch y'all next time on that one.
Yeah, let's jump it off, man. Did you watch the Everyday Struggle episode where they interviewed Jeezy?
Yeah, I seen that.
Well, how you feel about that interview?
How do I feel?
If you want to call it an interview.
Yeah, it wasn't really an interview. It was like, I think Jeezy came there to set a tone.
Yeah.
And came there to I think he came there to bully in a sense, really.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You think, was he successful?
I think depending how you're looking at it. I mean, I think to some people, if you're a Jeezy fan, or if you looking at it in contrast to other interviews that took place on Everyday Struggle, you would say that it was successful. But however, I feel like if Joe wanted to, he could have interjected, but I feel like he's getting the bigger picture nowadays. Like, he's getting that, we have a platform. Yeah. We want artists to come up here, so we don't want to be causing too much conflict. You know what I mean? I got you, and I can see that. Yeah. When I looked at it, I was saying to myself that we can call him journalists, right? Yeah. So as a journalist, and I guess we can consider ourselves journalists. Mm-hmm. You got to have certain kind of integrity, right? Yeah. I feel like you got to be able to stand on your words, and I feel like he didn't stand on his words when Jeezy came through. I feel like when certain artists come through, they'll stand on their words. But when other kinds of artists come through, it's like, all right, let me back off this a little bit, or let me not go hard as I would go when you wasn't there. What was his words? What was his words that he had to stand on? I wouldn't even necessarily. I can't really think of anything specific, but the whole tone of the conversation before that. Yeah. Well, where he was saying that Jeezy's cold right now. Yeah. He didn't say that not one time during the interview with Jeezy. He was talking about him, he had a specific term for it. But basically he was saying that Jeezy. Yeah, but I think he cleared that up prior to Jeezy coming. He was like, I did not realize this man was an A&R and he had things going on behind the scenes, so I had him fucked up. That's prior to Jeezy coming. Okay. He clarified that. He clarified that. Now, I mean, with Jeezy, I know Jeezy has affiliation with Tax Stones. They I think they did some things in the back in the day when Jeezy was coming up and everything like that. So yeah, I don't know if you remember the Tax Stone interview with Joe Button. Yeah, when he walked off. Yeah. But I think that the whole energy of that, I think Jeezy came there to, just to be that presence. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, listen, man, I'm gonna stand like on that man stuff, and like basically I think Jeezy kind of shitted on their platform in a sense. Oh hell yeah! Throughout the conversation, as Jeezy was talking, he kept on throwing like little shots where I ain't gonna sit up here in this chair and criticize somebody and then go right back to my house, and I ain't gonna do this and then go right back to my house, and I feel like y'all using this platform wrong and this, that, and the third. And he's talking about, if you have something to say, go set up shop in the middle of the hood and go talk to what are you talking about, bro? So that's what I'm saying. So if we're gonna say Joe and them ain't standing on what they
they put out there, then it's like, how do I stand on that? Like, yo, all right, you cool, you got that point off, whatever. You saying you did it, so why? I ain't gonna come shit on it. But at the same time, like, yo, it's a platform to talk and have discussions about things. It doesn't mean that they're shitting on these kids or these rappers coming up. It doesn't mean that.
And I don't agree with that either. But at the same time, like I said, I feel like if somebody like Charlemagne was in that same position, Charlemagne would have clarified certain statements. Charlemagne would have pushed back on certain things. I think that because Joe and academics ain't really used to the whole interview process, they still kind of getting their feet wet with that. I feel like they don't really know how to push back and not start an argument, or push back and have the audience respect exactly what they pushing back on. Because I feel like a lot, like you said, as Jeezy was talking, he was taking a little jabs. He was shitting on their platform. He was doing this and that. And I felt like at those moments, I don't know if check him is the correct word, but you should have checked him in that situation.
Right. Well, I mean, like I said, I think his attitude, like, he's a big artist. Let's just keep that real. So for him to even be on a platform is a plus anyway. So whichever way it went, that's a big plus for them. That's a big win for them. So having him on their platform they have to take some kind of caution and courtesy towards artists on the caliber of Jeezy.
I kind of want to disagree with that because I feel like they've built that between academics building his own YouTube following, Joe Budden being an artist previously, building his podcast, and then coming together, and then Nadeska being I guess a accomplished hip hop journalist or whatever. I think them collectively already established Everyday Struggle as something that people want to watch, because if you think about it, this show only comes on YouTube. It's not on TV. And I assume that they trying to get to the point where they do get a TV show or something like that. So I feel like they already built it, so it really doesn't matter if Jeezy comes on there or not. I feel like
it does. Reason being is that there's different kind of hip hop fans at the end of the day, and I think that's something that Jeezy was pointing out in a negative way, was there's different kind of hip hop fans. So now Jeezy's coming from it as like, yo, I'm a real street nigga. I'm doing rap. I'm not with this, yo, who top 5, top this, top that. I'm not a rapidy rap type of rapper. You know what I mean? I'm a real nigga. So what I'm saying is there's an audience out there that only fucks with that type of feel. Like they fucks with the Jeezys, the Boosies, the this, the that. You know what I'm saying? They're not fucking with that celebrity of them. They're fucking with that real shit. So that in turn, I think, brought that audience in. You see what I'm saying?
I feel you on that one. And
if a nigga hating calling Joe Buttons, like, they're only gonna give Joe Buttons more light now.
Definitely,
you know definitely. Migos just like amped them up like a million.
But even with Jeezy saying that, that's another thing that I have a problem with.
Yeah,
and I would have said this to him if I was conducting the interview. If you rapping, why keep on saying that I'm not a rapper? Why do certain cats do that? Like, I assume,
I think it's a feel. It's not really like I don't rap. It's like I'm not a rapper. Like there's rapping for, like, you're rapping to put out art, whereas though some people feel like they just rapping to, you know what I'm saying, put out a message, or, you know what I'm saying. So I think that's the difference.
But at the end of the day, I'm judging you on your music. If you think back to the 2 episodes before, when Joe Budden was saying what he said, for the most part, he's talking about the music. He was like, yo, man, you've been cold out here. The general public don't look at you the way that they look at X, Y, and Z, and blah, 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 blah. Like you said, he came back and fans let him know what Jeezy is doing in X, Y, and Z. But at the end of the day, we're here to judge your music. Why is it that artists like Jeezy, artists like Boosie, whoever, a lot of these street artists, I ain't no rapper. You a fucking rapper, though.
Yeah, I hear you on that. And to backpedal a little bit, it's kind of like when you say like Joe Budden's like, yo, you're cold out here or whatever. Like sometimes people jump out the window. You're not really ready to stand by everything you said. Like, you know what I mean? Okay. He might have brought that up and was like, yo, I was wilding. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you said, he did come back and say that he was wilding a little bit.
Right. So it's like, yo, how much of that do I have to stand on? You know what I mean? Like I was wilding a little bit. My bad.
But besides Jeezy core fans, when I think that's what he was saying. Jeezy has the ability to bring out a certain kind of people or a certain amount of people, regardless of if he got a single out that's hot or not or whatever. But for the general public, for the general people that listen to rap right now, is Jeezy, is anybody, like, before this album dropped, anybody you talk to hip hop about besides me was like, yo, I'm waiting for this Jeezy album. Like, yo, I'm excited to hear this Jeezy album.
I mean, be honest with you, I don't hear that about anybody though.
Got you.
So I mean, it's not just Jeezy. So I think because the industry and the music business is so saturated with so many different artists, it's kind of like, you know, a pleasant surprise when we hear the Jeezys is coming, when we hear the Ross is about to drop, when we hear the M is coming, or you know, I mean, whoever we hold on a higher standard, you know, we get excited for them, although we're not necessarily looking for it. It's like, oh shit, Jay-Z about to drop an album for real, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, like that's how we look at it.
So I know you said that you was excited to hear the project when you saw the track list. Did you hear the project?
Yes, I did.
And how you feel about the project?
I like it.
Yeah. I thought. I mean, I gotta listen to it a little bit more, but
I mean it's different. Listen, I mean, like what I try to do is like, I mean, just because we've started this podcast and we've gotten a lot more traction as of late. Yeah. And which I appreciate. So sometimes I try to listen to things like, oh man, I might have to comment on this. Let me, you know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, shit, fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening for me now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's when I turn off like what my expectations are or what I'm listening for. Let me listen for me and let me see if I could enjoy this. Let me take a ride. Let me circle the block a couple extra times before I come home, just to you know what I mean, catch a vibe off this album. You know what I mean? And I think I enjoyed listening to the Jeezy album onto that.
I think it caught fire a little bit towards the end of the album. Yeah, like maybe the last 4 tracks I'm really feeling. But everything before that is just kind of like the same old same. And I mean, when I say that, I already know kind of what to expect from Jeezy.
Yeah, that's true.
But he ain't motivating me like he did when he first came out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's just not doing it. Yeah. So I mean, I listened to it and I was just like, yo, it's okay. Like it's borderline trash, man, to me. But I mean, I don't know.
Let's not throw around that trash word too much now. Like, it's not. I mean, what you thought about the Kendrick and Cole song? Hyped up. Yeah. Overhyped. Yeah, I thought it was overhyped. I thought it was overhyped for sure. Yeah. For sure. Like I was trying to catch it. I'm listening. I'm like, yo, I mean, Cole's saying some shit, I'm sure, but I'm not sure if I'm getting it. I like the cadence that Kendrick came in on, but
I think we at a point now in especially with hip hop music that it's gonna take a lot to catch you. Yeah. Me personally, like when I listen to for right now, the album that I'm bumping right now, back to back is Sci-Hi the Prince. Yeah. Like I'm bumping that album from front to back right now. Yeah. And not skipping no tracks.
But
either.
That's what I'm saying though. Like there's different type of audiences, and I feel like you're somebody that's in tune to rapping, bars, and lyrics. And I think that the kind of audience that Jeezy caters to is not necessarily that. It's more so like, I'm gonna talk some real shit right quick, and you know what I mean, you can fuck with it if you want to.
And even kind of getting off of Jeezy, I agree with what you're saying. I am definitely I'm the type of person that's listening to the lyrics and whatever. But then again, I'm also sometimes you listening to shit just to get a vibe from it. Yeah. So like on the opposite end of the spectrum, 21 Savage album. Yeah. I really enjoy that album, listening to it pretty much from front to back. And I think that it has a nice vibe. Yeah. I'm not listening to him to be super lyrical.
And it's easy to catch a vibe off dudes like that because they're new. It's new. It's different. Yeah. It's new. You know what I mean? Your ear is not trained to listen to them. So, you know what I mean? Whatever vibe, tempo, or whatever feeling that it's trying to convey off the album, you're going to catch it because it's new. Whereas though, like, our older artists, man, like, they have to reinvent themselves every time they come out, or else we won't know how to appreciate it because our ears are already trained to listen to certain things from them.
Got you.
So unless they come in completely different, it's like it's hard to appreciate it.
All right.
And transition into Eminem.
You listen to that album?
I listened to that album.
I'm trying to figure out how to start.
I read a post that you put on Facebook, and I was like, yo, that's dead ass accurate. I wish I came up with that. When you said, yo, I think one of Eminem's problem is he thinks that his voice is an instrument, and in all honesty, it's one of the most annoying things about him.
Yeah.
But he thinks that
his voice is I
uses it as an instrument, and I'm like, yo, bro, don't you know that shit sound mad annoying?
Yeah.
Like chill. Like nobody's trying to hear that, man. Like it was cool back in the day, bro. But now that's all you doing. Like you're singing-y, songing-y, you know.
Too rapidy rap.
And that's not. I didn't even must get the rapidy rap. I got all that. You know what I'm saying? He gets that little high pitched note shit that he's doing, and he's throwing like he's ad-libbing on top of it, and then he's like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know when you record a verse and then you record the verse over and they playing like 3 vocals on top of each other, like that's what I'm hearing a lot of from it, man. And the thing is, man, that I'm gonna say this, the album is not for me. I'm sure it's for somebody.
Oh, definitely.
So I'm not gonna say trash, I'm just gonna say it's not for me, but I'm sure there's somebody out there that can enjoy this.
Like I said on that post, I think that this album is for a mid 40-year-old white guy that's woke. Yeah. I feel like that's who this album is for. Because if you listen to it, it's a lot of, like I said, it's a lot of
black boy.
Yeah, it's a lot of the beat selection on this album. It leaves for him to use his voice like an instrument, and he don't have a voice like, say, a DMX,
exactly,
or you know what I mean. A lot of these cats that have a unique voice where it's just like, yo, as soon as this dude come on, you want to hear exactly what he's saying or whatever. His voice is kind of like y'all can't stand it, but he be spitting though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that a lot of the production on there kind of had him feeling like that, or had him trying to be like that, and then you get towards the end or toward the second half of the album.
Eminem album sound like he ain't hanging around with enough real niggas. Like he sound like he hanging out with high execs. Yes, man, and he's been speaking properly at meetings and shit like that. Like I feel like Eminem has changed, and which everybody's entitled to change. But I ain't fucking with it, and I'm just gonna say I'm gonna put the Eminem that I know in a capsule. Yeah, and I'm gonna say that's the M I want to remember. The rest of this joint, whether he comes out or not, I'm not looking for it.
I went back and I listened to some old Eminem, right? Before this album even came out. And one of my favorite songs from M is a song that he did on the Sound Bombing thing, where he was just like, where he jump off and he say, original bad boy on the case, cover your face, came in the place, blowed and sprayed Puffy with mace. Is laced the weed with insect repellent. Like he was just and it was on beat. It was still his unique flow. It wasn't like it was and you know what I'm saying, where you kind of you listening and you break dancing at the same time, like, yo, man, just
let the beat do what it's doing and just stay on it. Just go ahead and stay on it.
And even on that, when he first came, like I said, it's the same thing. His voice, when he first came out, it was just like, yo, what's up with this kid's voice? Why you sound like this? But even then, it was like, all right. But then you heard it, and you was like, yo, all right, this dude's spitting. He going in. This now, it's like he's annoying. Then he just kind of rambling on most of the songs. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah, he's trying to tell. Like, I was listening to one Joe and he was telling the story, and I was like, yeah, I remember when Eminem used to tell a story, and it was like, damn, that shit was hilarious. I could follow this, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, way before my baby daughter Haley, I was harassed daily by this fat kid named D'Angelo Bailey. Like, he was going like that, and now it's like, ran up the I'm like, what happened? I don't even want to hear this again. Like,
is there any songs on this album that you'll pull up?
Not a one, man. Not a one. Nah. There's not one. I was like, let me try. You know what? Was there one? I think maybe not the first one, the second song.
Believe.
Believe might have been the one I listened to.
I think the only song that I'll probably pull up on this joint is Castle, where he was telling the story about his daughter and whatever, and that Castle and a Rose, and I think that because how he kind of he went back to an earlier song on the album where he was talking about how he gonna quit the rap game and this, that, and the third, and this the last time y'all gonna hear him, and he kind of brought it together, so it kind of made it feel like this entire album like really had a purpose. He had. I feel like he tried to put some girl records on here too, and I was just kind of like nigga, is you fucking formulating now? Like, is you coming up with is you know what I mean? Yeah. Because you know how certain cats make albums and it's just like, all right, let me come up with the street records right here, and then the party record. And the record for the girls and this and like I felt like he did that on this album.
I mean, like I can't get my Apple Music to play the track list straight for shit. It shuffles the songs anyway. So sometimes I don't know what fucking vibe they're trying to convey. I just know what songs I hear. So you know what I mean? Like
that's another thing that's fucking up a lot of the whole streaming situation. Yeah. Why is it that they won't just let you? Like, let me play the album straight through.
Yeah. It always shuffles the songs, right? Yeah. I'm like, what is this? That's number 2?
Like, I don't even like I don't listen to Spotify, Pandora, none of them, dude. I don't mess with none of them shits, because of that reason. Yeah. So I got a site that I go to and I just download all of the music and I'm able to listen to it from front to back how it's supposed to be listened to, and then I could, but they be jumping around and doing all kind of crazy shit. But I mean, I don't know, man. I know you say I feel like this album is I feel like he fell off. I feel like Eminem dropped.
Well, we knew he fell off. Well, he
confirmed it now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's confirmed now.
And it's not even okay. He can't rap. He just don't know how to make songs anymore.
Nah, he don't.
And he's out of touch. There you go.
He's out of touch. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. Look. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand I'm not an artist, but I understand, man, people change. You know what I mean? You're not that angry 30-something-year-old anymore. You know what I mean? You're not that hungry 30-something-year-old anymore. Yeah. You're a millionaire. You own businesses. You can't walk in public without somebody harassing you. Like, your life has changed dramatically. Your daughter's now like 18. Like, she looking fine, motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your perspective, you can't really talk about the same things, and you don't want to be viewed the same way anymore. You know what I mean? So I guess all that, he's just not, in tune to that hungry battle rapper type dude. He's not that dude anymore. And like, I'm not gonna hold who he is now against him. I'm just gonna say it's not for me anymore. You know what I mean? He's transcended as an artist to something else that I'm not really fucking with.
I hear you. Kind of keeping with our well, Jay-Z definitely not a fallen hero or fallen MC hero or whatever the hell you want to say or how you want to say it. But moving on to Jay-Z, man. Young Kodak decided to I guess make this meme or something.
Did he make it or somebody made it and he reposted it?
I think he made it.
I thought it was a repost, bro.
I think it was him. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. Y'all bootleg cable podcast listeners, correct this. I believe that he was the first one to post this. Oh, I think this came from his Instagram account. Okay, so I would assume that he created it or somebody in his team created it. All right. So basically, he came out with this graphic, and it says rap in the 90s versus rap now. And he chose Jay-Z, Money, Cash, Hoes. And basically he posted the chorus. Money, cash, hoes, money, cash, hoes. What? Money, cash, hoes, money, cash, hoes. Come on. So he posted that, and then he posted one of his rhymes. Can I ball? Can I chill? Can I stunt? Will I live long enough to raise my son? Made something out of nothing. Ain't nothing where I'm from. Can your boy do something productive for once? And once a nigga make it, they gonna want to take it. Money don't change you, but it do drive you crazy. Kodak Black.
I think that was a whack move by Kodak Black for sure. I mean, first of all, that's how you gonna pick like one of the lamest, not even lame. No, let me take that back. I really want to take that back because that was a hard hook. Let me not say lame. That was hard. Money Cash Hoes? Man, come on. Look, here you go with this shit, man.
That was, dude, hold on.
Let me talk to the audience because I can't talk to you. Money Cash Hoes wasn't a hard hook? That song wasn't hard to you?
No, I hated that song.
Yo, come on,
I hated it. That
man.
was on volume 2, right?
Hey, yo.
That was on Hard Knock Life, right?
Yeah, it was on Hard Knock.
Hated that song.
Yo, that jump went hard to me. All the way.
Yeah.
And Jay-Z clarified in the song, say, I know y'all gonna criticize the hook on this song. Like, I give a fuck. I'm just a crook on it. Like, he knew that hook wasn't, the most sophisticated hook out there, but it went. Gold. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people fucked with that song.
That shit gold. So it's like, it was like, all right, we could give you a pass because Jay-Z acknowledged that, yo, I know y'all can criticize this hook on this song. So I already know it's an ignorant ass hook, but yo, sometimes it be like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the hook went, man. And for Kodak to also take just that one and compare that to his, like, how you gonna compare that? You know what I'm saying? Like, Jay-Z came out with thousands of songs. Yeah. Like, that's the only one you gonna pick? Like, that's an easy grab for anybody.
Well, remember, Kodak been a troll for a long time. He came out with what it was, Lil Big Pac album.
Yeah.
And I think he called himself the best rapper of all time, and he said that he's better than Biggie. And
yeah, he trolled Lil Wayne. He trolled
Lil Wayne and all that shit.
And then he did a song with Lil Wayne. So I mean, look, one time you said, "Yo, this kid right here, I think he's smarter than he lets people. He leads on to be." And I agree with you.
Yeah,
I think this dude Kodak Black. You know what I mean? Like I will eat my words with that. I think this is a smart young man. I think he's ahead of the curve. I think he knows what he's doing. I think he's very intentional when he does things. So I'll give him that. But I mean, I can't give him nothing. You know what I'm saying? Not just because I'm a Jay-Z fan. I can't give him this. Like this is trolling at the highest level. And you know what I mean? That's who respects that? You know what I'm saying? Like that's not a good song to compare.
I agree. And I mean, for any new artist, it's a lot of, you could do this for almost any artist from the past that people look up to. So I mean, I guess it was just something to just kind of speak about for a second. I thought it was funny when he did it, but I think he knew at the end of the day, like, man, I ain't fucking with Jay-Z. No. But then the crazy thing is that you got a lot of people nowadays that would they feel like this nigga is like the shit.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get into what Jeezy was trying to say. Do we respect the mumble? Are we looking at the mumble rap era the wrong way? I mean, it contrasting it with what Jeezy was saying, where we're like, yo, these kids it's a hustle, and they trying to find a way to put, you know what I'm saying, food on the table and put money in their pockets and to come up. We shouldn't judge them for how they rapping. We should like find out what their stories are.
I agree with you that we are looking at the mumble rap era the wrong way. We're looking at it from the lens that these cats should respect the art form and exactly what they're doing. But like you just said, they're just using it like, yo, man, this is just a way for me to get out of my situation. I feel like cats back in the days, they was using it. Beanie Siegel, you know what I mean? Even Black Thought from The Roots. I was listening to his story. He was talking about how he witnessed his mom get murdered, or his mom and his pops got murdered, and this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? When he came out, he was what, 20, early 20s or whatever the case is. Yeah. So them cats was using hip hop as a way for them to get out of their situation, but at the same time, they took that shit serious. They perfected their craft. They was like, yo, man, this is a way for me to get out of the hood, but at the same time, I want to be the best at what I'm doing. These cats, they don't want to be the best at what they're doing. They just want to turn up. They just want to.
It's not. It's well, we say turn up, but I don't think it will. According to Jeezy, it's not a turn up thing. It's not about that. It's they trying to sell that image, and this is what's putting food on the table. That's the hustle.
That is the hustle. But should we? Okay, so because you hustling, at the end of the day, I feel like you should have some kind of integrity in your hustle.
Okay,
right? Should I respect it just because you charting or you brought your people up, or like should I respect you doing that just for the simple fact that you brought your peoples up doing it?
I think it's this. I think we should stop because on the real shit, we're not going to. I'm not going to buy a Lil Pump album, and I'm not even going to stream a Lil Pump album.
Me neither.
You know what I mean? But when them songs come on, you know, I could say mumble rap all I want, but Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci, I'm gonna turn up a little bit when I'm in the car. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not something, you know, I might put that on my playlist.
My shoes cost more than your rent.
You know what I'm saying? Me and my grandma are taking medication. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and my grandma taking meds. Like, yo, for real, like, I'm gonna rock with it. And I think a lot of people that hate on that music or talk that shit about that music, they have, in some form or another, turned up a little bit to it.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? They're not going to the party like, yo, turn this fucking shit off. Nah. You know what I'm saying? They're going to go ahead and party and have fun to it. You see what I'm saying? So let it rock. Let that shit rock and let it do what it's doing. We don't have to keep talking shit about it. We don't have to keep throwing shade towards it. Let them do what they doing. But if you're going to support it financially, support what you fuck with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's it.
Moving on. Muddy Waters turned 21 years old.
21. What a age to celebrate, man. Should we be celebrating this last year? 20. But all right, 21.
Do we celebrate? We get even years. They got to be even.
Yeah, man.
Or the only odd we celebrate is 5.
Yeah,
we celebrate 25.
Yeah. What birthdays you celebrate? You celebrate their first year, 5, 10, 16. And 21. Well, 21. I guess you're right. Here we go. 21 years. There it is.
So, Muddy Waters album by Redman. This was his third album.
Yeah.
Turned 21 years old this week, bro.
Yeah.
And Redman being my favorite artist of all time.
Yeah, mine as well.
I thought it was definitely time to, you know, it's time to give this album a shout out, man.
Yeah, man.
I feel like when we talk about classic albums, I feel like this album ain't brought up enough when we talk about classics. Yeah. And I think if you ask me, I think Redman's first 3 albums is classics.
Yeah.
But I think this one was the one that was classic and it had that commercial success to it.
Yeah.
Whatever Man was one of the singles. What was the other one? Oh man, It's Like That, My Big Brother.
Yeah, yeah.
What he said, it's the long face murderer.
That's
serving over
billion motherfuckers a day like Mickey D. Circular. Herbin, yeah,
50 hour like a burglar.
My crew, Herbin, yeah, like we never even heard of ya. Isaac Evans, I bet you I'll be the one creeping. My new flows at the to make a deacon. Bizarre. Nah. Ram few, shame few, rap, yo. Sure, I'm gonna go hit him real quick cause okay, so no. Yo, that joint is my, yo, this is how that beat come in like
go like
the skits on this joint was crazy, man. The chicken for the chicken head convention. Yo, like hell, that's where I heard the term Nasatol from. Brought to you by Nasatol. No acetol.
This was brought to you by Extrafol. I'm knocking somebody right the fuck out.
Damn, yo.
What happened to the skit, bro? What happened to the skit?
I mean, I don't know. I think people, they're not, his motherfuckers not clever no more. I don't know. Because the skit was definitely an art at one point.
Yeah.
Like some of the best skits, I think Bad Boy had some of the best skits.
They had, like
they're more skits. Infamous for the skits. You know what I mean? Them and Noriega. Noriega had some good skits too.
Noriega did, and one a group that's underrated that had some really dope skits, and I think they had one of the dopest skits of all time on the album. De La Soul had some dope ass.
Oh, okay,
skits,
yeah, they did.
They had this one skit on I forgot exactly. They had like a three part album that come out, and basically what it is, it's called Ghost Weed.
Yeah.
Right. So imagine this now. The skit is called Ghost Weed. You chilling with your homies. They pass you the blunt and be like, "Yo, man, I want to sound like Redman." So smoke the weed and and then they start beating on the table or whatever, and the niggas start rapping, and then slowly, like the voice just transitioned into Redman. So they actually get Redman. I think they got Fife, and like Q-Tip or somebody. They got like three different skits, and Black Thought was one of them. Yeah, where they had them rhyming on the skit. Yeah, and they smoked the weed. And then they start rhyming or whatever. And just like, imagine how dope that is for you to get one of your fellow MCs to rhyme on your skit.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. That was the love that they had back in the day. You know, those artists, they felt like any of them fuck with any of them because it was about the rap. It was about rapping. It wasn't about necessarily about all this flossy shit. It was just like, yo, we rapping and we dope and it's fun. You know what I'm saying? We know how to do this shit together. And yeah, we don't get that feel anymore. You know, when you hear a collab track, you see and you're like, oh, all these dudes are on the same label. Like that's the only reason why you're getting it. You know what I mean? I don't get like a collab because, yo, man, I feel like our styles is just so dope together. We need to rock together. I don't get those. We don't see those collabs anymore. Yeah. Like, when's the last time you seen a collab where you was like, oh shit, these people mesh so well? Like, I mean, I'm hearing a lot of people talking about the Metro and Big Sean and how, you know, that wasn't a good collab, and, you know, Future and Drake, and like, where was the last time you heard a collab where you like, yo, these dudes just sound so good together? It's like Redman and Meth, man. Like, motherfuckers thought they were brothers or they was a group. Like, that's how much they thought about it. Yo.
Yeah, man. And
you couldn't say one name without the other one name.
I agree. And even when this album came out back in '96, if you look at the track listing for the album, it was no features on there. Yeah. It wasn't no name. It wasn't
listed as a feature.
Yeah, it wasn't any listed feature. So that kind of goes back to when we was talking about track list the other day. You just looked at it and you was just like, yo, man, it's Redman. Like, yo, I'm a cop this. You know what I mean? It wasn't a situation where you looked at, you was in the store, you looking at CDs and you're like, oh, who's featured on this and who's featured on that. And if I'm thinking, besides like crew cats, like, you know what I'm saying, niggas from the hood or from around the way, that who, like the last track on the album, the Ill Out, if I'm not mistaken, that was like a posse cut where it was like a whole bunch of dudes that was on there and they was just spitting. Besides that, and you know, Eric Sherman being on Whatever Man, it wasn't too many cats that, it wasn't any features on this album. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And I feel like this album, once again, it just need to be held up as one of those classics that people talk about a little bit more often.
Smoke Buddha,
Superman Lover.
Smoke Buddha.
I love all the Superman Lover episodes. Was this one of my favorite ones? Let me try to think. I was flying through the motherfucking sky with my blood full of lie. Bomba Z on fire. The super man, pop my Luga, blast those state trooper. I'm on the run, G. I got these hoes spread from Japanese to diabetics. Toes stay painted because of my foot fetish. You damn right. They had to ban me from eating pussy all night. WWF and bitches slamming them in the ropes like Shawn Mike.
Yeah, I mean, like when was this? When does this album drop? What year?
96.
96. And he's like, yo, I'm eating pussy, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not even Mace. Mace was like, yo, Mace said, eat the mommy cho-cho, driving low, right? Grabbing my hand and squeezing my ass, saying,
he's the man. That's who the fuck I be. I got a college degree on Bonzi and wrecking MCs. Dude.
It's different, man. It's different.
Yo, Red, man, we need another Superman Lover, brother. We need another Superman Lover, man. I know he been what, And the thing about Redman is he takes so goddamn long to make albums, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's good though. I mean, Doc's the Name was one of my favorite joints too. Doc's the Name was that hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, man, Redman's that dude, man.
Yeah. Salute to Redman, man. Shout outs to this classic joint, Muddy Waters. If y'all ain't never heard it, please go back and check that shit out, man. Yeah. Any Southern MCs you want to give props to right now, bro?
Southern MCs I want to give props to. Props.
Cats that's out there making good music, not good, but just making great music, man.
I mean, like I appreciate. Here's what I appreciate from the South, man. That the South has a different kind of balance. Mm-hmm. They have a different kind of feel. Like I'm not really looking for the South for rapidy rap, man. I'm looking for the South for that feel. And you know what I mean? Like I was just listening to put you on that Sam Sneak, you know what I mean? Hit him with a D. Mm-hmm. I heard a couple other songs from Cuz. Like I like Pause. I like his vocal tone.
Yeah.
And how he comes in on tracks and he, you know what I'm saying, how his voice sounds like an instrument on the beat. So I like that dude. I mean, like I'm really starting to appreciate Kodak Black a little bit differently now, so I'm fucking with him a little bit more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm seeing like that the joint that he did on I'll let you listen to the song after this, but yeah, I fucks with Kodak a little bit. And
you know what song I was fucking with Kodak with? The song that he got a song with Dreezy and somebody else. I'm trying to think who it is on the song.
Oh yeah, I know exactly the song you're talking about. That Dreezy and Black.
Yes. Yeah. That shit was hard until he started freestyling at the end.
Okay.
It was just like
it was the message that they was trying to you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think that he went in. I was like, okay.
Dreezy went in though.
Oh hell yeah.
I like Dreezy's verse on that. Yeah. Yo, she really went in. Like,
yeah.
I was like, yo, is that Dreezy? Yo, Dreezy went in on that.
I fucks with Dreezy.
Yeah, I do, man. I think she's more than meets the eye. You know what I'm saying? I like to hear more from her.
Definitely, man.
Yeah, man.
So I mean, I messed with him on that joint, but then at the end where he started freestyling and like,
I think it's called Spar or something like that.
Yeah, man. I'd have been like, nah, cuz we gotta cut this off, bro. But I'm fucking with Big Crit. I mean, he ain't new or anything like that. He's been out for quite some years now. He's I think one of the times where he started making noise on a mainstream level is after the whole Control verse situation when he came out with Mount Olympus. Now you want to hear a country nigga rap. Like that joint was hard. So I fucks with I'm fucking with Crit right now. I think his album is, even though his fans just went out and purchased it and it's doing very well.
But I mean,
I feel like that album is kind of slept on right now.
Yeah, but I mean, I put Crit in the category with the Outcasts and all that. You know what I mean?
Definitely,
like, cause you know they lyrical South niggas. Like, you know, Shy the Prince. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's a South nigga.
Yeah,
but you're not looking at him like that, right?
You know
You know what I'm saying? An MC. You know what I'm saying? So,
and Sci-Hi, I've been on him a little minute now too.
Yeah, I mean, like, and pause. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I mean, the South, like I said, man, I really like, you know what I mean, like I like rap, but like sometimes I just like to hear that bounce, man.
Yeah, it's an occasion for everything. Man.
Yeah,
it's definitely an occasion for everying. I like that, and a lot of people don't really understand that.
But the boy Crit, man, that freestyle he did on Sway.
Yeah,
she thought about that.
I think that shit was hard, bro.
You want to do a reaction to it, or you just want to say that shit was hard? Right,
it was hard. It was hard. I was thinking about it. It was hard, man. Especially when it came down to the end, when that nigga say, you know, you fooling chicks and
your
couch is IKEA.
Yeah. Wild on that one.
Yeah. So y'all check out Crit, man. Crit doing his thing, man. Did we notice more rape allegations or accusations came out against Russell Simmons? I guess it's up to like 10 chicks now.
10 of them, huh?
Yeah.
Damn, yo.
Yeah. And I mean, but before you say something, this has been a recurring theme. Like, we've been talking about this for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah.
And I feel like when the conversation get real, a lot of people are scared to have it.
Yeah.
For example, I don't know if you saw did you see the last episode of Everyday Struggle?
Yeah.
Joe Budden,
on Friday?
Thursday.
Okay. Yeah.
Joe started speaking about this shit, right? And then he was just like, all right, let me stop right here. Because Nadeska, super duper feminist Nadeska, she started getting all angry at the shit that he was saying.
Yeah.
But I feel like dude was really, really throwing down some good points. Yeah. And it's a conversation that people need to hear.
Okay.
And I feel like she stopped him from having that conversation, or the pressure of, and if I'm not mistaken, if I'm thinking back correctly in that episode, like once he started going on, I think they cut the episode.
Oh, okay.
And then brought it back. So speaking on the whole rape allegations and sexual allegations and this and that, why is it that we as people are so afraid to have like a real conversation about this shit?
Let me tell you why. Because I think exposes your who you are based on how you look at things sometimes.
Does it though?
Yeah, I mean that's from judgy people. There's judgy people out there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and people are scared to be judged sometimes. So they're scared if they're looking at certain things, or if they miss a certain point, then they could be deemed as wrong, or the intelligence level is not up or whatever. So I think some people like refrain from speaking bluntly about it.
Okay.
And then I mean, like, the next thing too is like, how do we know? Right? So when it comes to rape allegations, it's like, if it depends on who it is, because I mean, when you're looking at a high profile celebrity or whatever, I think we all have it in our heads that it's possible.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's possible. I agree with that. People are already jealous of your success, and they're looking at a successful person.
Hold on, when you say it's possible, what's possible? It's possible that they committed the rape, or it's possible that the person might be lying about it?
It's possible that they may have used their influence to
gain some kind of
sexual favors.
Okay.
It's possible. And then on the flip side, it's possible that this female played a role into doing something to get something, and maybe they didn't get what they initially wanted, so therefore now it's a thing.
All right, so
but there should,
let's start there. Do you feel like we're not allowed to say that the woman has some sort of blame in each of these situations?
Okay. The woman has some.
Hold on to that thought for a second.
All right.
What I'm talking about here, just to make it be clear for those that listen.
And I want to pull out this clip, by the way.
Okay.
All
right. For those that listen, I want to make it be clear that.
Oh, so you're getting all PC now?
No. I just want to, before we say what we're going to say.
Why you had to say what you got to say? That's the problem.
No.
That's the problem that you started out saying. Why can't people speak clearly about what they want to say?
We're not going
to be scared of being misunderstood. So why not say what you want to say without?
We're not going to be PC about it, but I just want to make it clear that I am not justifying anything that any of the men did wrong, if they did anything wrong in any of this situation. Just putting that out there, just to make it be clear. Okay, go ahead.
That's a cop out. That's a cop out. I feel.
It's not a cop out.
It is a cop out, because that goes against what you're saying. You're saying that why can't people have these conversations openly? And then that's the reason why, because people gotta. If you don't put the cop out there, then it's like saying but. Everything before or after I say is this kind of washes out.
Because what the thing is that if you don't do that, people look at this and they say. People look at it and they say, "Oh, you're trying to make an excuse for the man," and da 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 da.
No, but who cares how they want to interpret it? You know your heart, and you know who you are. So who gives a fuck about how somebody else feels?
The reason why, not necessarily me, but people out there that got shit going on, the reason why they would care is because you saying stuff, and I'm speaking from the heart here. I posted on my Facebook the other day, and I'm not ignoring what you're saying. I posted on my Facebook the other day. I said, when do women acknowledge that? When do your spidey sense start tingling? If it's 12 o'clock at night and a dude invites you to his hotel, or whatever.
Okay.
When does your spidey sense start tingling? You say to yourself, you know what? I'm not attracted to Dub like that. He invited me to his hotel or to his house at 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And I invite you to my house.
Yeah.
And then something happened that you don't want to happen.
Right.
When the fuck does your spidey sense start tingling and say, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Okay, here's the thing with that, right?
I shouldn't have put myself in that position.
I think people, right, they do this thing where they take scenarios and they create it in their minds and they say, well, why is this wrong? And the truth of the matter is, we don't know how that scenario actually played out. So the accuser or whatever, we don't know what that scenario is. We just imagining something and we like, yo, but what if somebody do this? What if somebody do that? Well, we don't know if that at all even happened.
Okay, so let's put a scenario out there, and this seems to have been a lot of the scenarios in many different cases, and not just the Russell Simmons case, right? Okay, in many different cases, these women were invited by powerful businessmen, powerful moguls, whatever it is, back to their hotels at a certain time in the nighttime.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm in this business. I'm a single man. I'm inviting chicks back to my hotel, to my house, to my whatever.
Yeah.
If I'm in that position, I'm trying to smash, bro.
Okay. All right. Here. Yeah, go ahead.
And you know what? Let me not even give no disclaimer. I'm trying to smash. That's what I'm trying to do.
All right. Okay.
And I feel like the women know that.
All right. I feel like when it comes to sex, the only person that knows that sex is happening,
to the Thriller in Manila.
The only person that knows that sex is going down is the woman.
I agree.
She knows when and where it's going down.
I agree.
Right? The man is got to do what he can do to pursue it or entice it or invite it or wherever you want to put it. You know what I mean? It's up to her to say yes, no. If it's no, the fuck going out of there. I'm not saying like that sounds rude or whatever. But let me just say it's an integrity issue with these men that are being accused, right?
Yeah.
The reason why I say that is because it seems like a lot of them stay away from being like, yo, fuck her. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. I don't know. That shit didn't go down like that. I didn't fucking rape that bitch. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. They try to protect their money.
What's wrong with that though?
But why don't they say that shit?
Exactly. What is wrong with that? Because if it was me, and I didn't do anything,
what the fuck are you talking about? Simple as that. So that's why I can't say, if these dudes are trying to protect their money, let them go down with that shit. It's not me. People stop putting it on yourselves. I see a lot of dudes out there, man. Why? You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to the Joe Budden podcast and I'm hearing Maul wilding like, Maul, that ain't you, bruh. Like these bitches, sorry, not for bitches. These women aren't accusing you of rape, and they probably won't, bro. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? It's not you, so stop putting yourself in that scenario and getting worked up about it. It's on Russell Simmons to say, yo, am I protecting my brand or am I protecting my integrity? If I'm protecting my integrity, I'm like, yo, fuck that. That shit didn't go down like that, and I'm standing on that. My company could go down with that shit.
That's exactly how I would do it. But when you do that now, they say, "Oh, you're victim shaming, and you're speaking for all of these women. You're trying to say that all these women out here are lying, and there's certain women that actually went through this and this, that, and the third, and da 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 da." If I go to a party and I get drunk, and a chick that like me, let's just say I'm not attracted to this chick that like me, I get drunk and I pass out. Yeah. And she suck a nigga dick.
Suck a nigga dick or something.
While I'm passed out.
All right.
Is that not rape, bro?
Yeah, it's rape.
Is that not sexual assault?
Yeah, of course it is. But people can't see that happening. Like, I've never had a chick that wanted to suck my dick.
You wild like I was wild last episode.
Yeah, I've never had a chick that wanted to suck my dick just, you know what I'm saying, off like, yeah, I mean, yeah, chicks have sucked my dick just to get pleasure me, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never had a girl that thirsty to come suck my dick. Like, it's
but
never happened.
I'm just saying, like, if let's just say Drake, for example, if Drake go to a party and he get pissy, passed out, drunk, I'm pretty sure some bitches in a party that'll slob the nigga up while he knocked out or whatever, or try to, or whatever the case is, just because that's Drake.
Yeah.
Is that not sexual assault though?
That is sexual
assault. And I mean,
assault,
it's an extreme scenario that I'm throwing out.
Yeah, but why we throw out these scenarios? Like, why do we have to paint that? We don't need to. That's what I'm trying to say. We don't need to. The people that are being accused should stand their ground and stand on their word. And maybe women was these women. I'm saying not women. Like, women don't all feel like I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the ones that are potentially falsely accusing these men. Maybe they will slow down if more men were willing to stand on their integrity and say, yo, it did not happen that way. And you know what I'm saying? I'm coming after you if you try that. Like, yo.
And let's throw it out there. Nelly allegations and charges or whatever got dropped. You know what I'm saying?
Because Nelly stood on that.
And I think Joe Budden brought this up too. Kobe found not guilty.
Yeah.
Him and the chick had consensual sex, the chick from Utah, but for the rest of Kobe's life and career, they always toss it in there like, yo, this nigga raped this chick and he did this and he did that. He ain't do that shit. It was consensual.
But that's the thing. What Kobe knows about himself is different from what the world knows about Kobe.
Yeah.
So Kobe can sleep with himself at night knowing I did not rape somebody and I don't give a fuck what everybody else thinks.
So if you didn't do this shit, bro, adamantly deny it and go on the attack. I'm going on the attack if I know that I did not do what they saying that I did.
And I think that's fair. People are saying victim shaming, and that's why these women won't want to come forward. But you know what? You have to, because we don't know. We get a story that says it happened, and therefore now I got to go down. I got to resign from my company. I got to retire from my job or whatever, what have you. That's not fair if it didn't happen.
Yeah, it's not.
That's not fair for me to go through all that if it didn't happen.
And I'm not in their situation, so I don't know what did or didn't happen.
Right.
But at the end of the day, are we a country of laws? Do we have to prove? Don't you have to prove what you're saying is true? You have to find me guilty, right?
Right.
So you got to prove that this shit happened.
Right.
So if your proof is, oh, I told Killer at the time, or I told P at the time that, you know, this is what happened. Is that your only proof? Like, you got to prove this shit.
Exactly. So something that happened 20 years ago, or what have you, and you ain't say nothing to nobody, you want to come forward now. I'm sorry it happened to you, but 20 years is too far.
I mean,
it's too far.
I don't.
20 years is that's wild, bro.
I agree with you, and I'm looking at this shit, and I'm thinking to myself like, okay, if you are bringing this out now to say, hey, I'm gonna try to get this person locked up for this. Or X, Y, and Z, or, you know, if justice is not the original reason for you to do this, I feel like shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's true. And I think, and that's another thing too, right? That's a very good point right there, because I mean, in the scenario of Russell Simmons or what have you, whatnot, if these women can show me that they've reached out to Russell and say, yo, look, Russell, I want to have a sit down.
Yeah.
I want to talk about what happened, what took place 25 years ago.
Yeah.
I want us to, you know what I'm saying, you to acknowledge to me that what you did was wrong. What you did was wrong.
Yeah.
If you gave me the opportunity to make amends and make, you know what I'm saying, peace with you, then that's cool. But why make it public? Why public?
Because it's the woman scorn situation where, because you did wrong to me, allegedly, I need to do wrong to you in the public eye. And doing wrong to you is, you don't deserve to be a millionaire. You don't deserve to be running these companies. You don't deserve to have your name attached to this, because you don't have any integrity. You a creep. You a piece of shit. X, Y, and Z. And
but two wrongs don't make a right. So That's the question. That's what we're asking.
Or I want money.
Is it? So therefore, that's what society need to acknowledge. The whys. The why is she coming out? And I think the why should come after you have made an attempt to say, yo, can we reconcile the situation behind closed doors? You and I, we talk this out one way or another.
I think that the why or the reason why that doesn't happen is because I don't think that women see themselves as equal to men. Mm-hmm. And it's proof that women don't see themselves as equal to men in the way that we talk about let's move it forward to domestic violence. Mm-hmm. Couple, like maybe our 3rd, 4th, 5th episode in, I always said to you, dude, I believe in equal opportunity ass whoopings. Mm-hmm. If you hit me, regardless of a man or a woman, mm-hmm. I am able to defend myself.
Right.
So if as a woman you punch me in my face as hard as you can,
yeah, and
I feel like you wrong for it,
yeah,
I'm gonna punch you in your face as hard as I can. Okay. I'm not gonna pull a punch because you're a woman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm defending myself at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of people that don't agree with that. Like, oh, she's just a woman. She's just a woman. If just a woman, just as capable as a man, just as capable as beating my ass as a dude is capable of beating my ass, just as capable of sexual harassment as a dude is capable of sexual harassment.
From the 4th episode, I've been laughing at that since, bro. That's just a wild thing to think about. Of finding a reason to fucking punch a woman in the face, dog. It's just not right. It's
not right.
It's not right. It's not even right to think about it. I understand what you mean.
I won't hit you.
All right, well, yeah, all right. Let's keep it at that.
Okay.
All right. We don't need to go into depth about women and all that. Like, look, man, just keep your hands to yourselves.
And that's what I'm saying.
Right. We don't have to defend that.
Now you getting PC on me.
I'm not getting PC on you. I'm getting for real C on you. Like, I don't need to think about reasons why I need to punch a chick in the face. Like, I don't need to think about that. Like,
but we talking about sexual harassment and allegations, and I'm telling you that the reason why I brought that up is because I feel like women don't see themselves as equal as to men.
Yeah.
So, like I'm saying, as far as these sexual harassment, women are just as capable of being or of sexually harassing a man as it is for a man to do it to a woman. So why is it such a big deal when if I'm in the office place and I compliment your ass? And I say, yo, man's looking right in them jeans. Oh, I gotta go to HR because this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
Or I got to bring it out to the public. That back in 2014,
sexual harassment.
X, Y, and Z said to me that this and that, and it made me feel uncomfortable. So now I need $5 million. Bitch, sit the fuck down.
That's the sad part. Like I said, it's only sexual harassment if that person is not attracted to you. If they're attracted to you, then it's flirting.
And you know what? I had that conversation with a couple women at the job.
Yeah.
And I asked them, I said, listen, if you attracted to me, and let's just say one day at the company holiday party, you know, I see you out there, you know, you ain't got no husband or nothing, you single, and I grabbed that ass. All of the chicks was like, yo, if I'm attracted to you, it wouldn't matter.
Right. Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild?
But I just fucking sexually assaulted you.
Yes, you did.
I grabbed your ass without permission.
1,000% grabbed their ass without.
But because you're attracted to me also.
So you're rolling the fucking dice.
Yeah.
Is she like me?
Yeah.
Oh shit, she don't.
Yeah.
Oh shit, she don't.
I had this conversation with 3 women, dude. If I grabbed your ass, you being you're not in a relationship or anything, and I grabbed your ass, but because you attracted to me, it wouldn't matter. It's all good.
It wouldn't matter. Now look at the wrong message that sends, because if I see you grab that ass, shit, I might want to try too. Like, oh shit, my nigga Dub did that. Like, let me see. Let me see if I could. Oh. I don't play like that with you. I'm reporting you. Like, oh damn, yo, I'm sexual harassing now. I'm a red dot on the map. I'm fired because, like, yo, it's so. I think it's. I think that's what it is. It's if I'm attracted to you, it's not sexual harassment.
All right. The final point I'm gonna make, or a final speaking point, is rape. So before we was talking about sexual harassment, now we can talk about rape, right? Mm-hmm. In the past, I had to take this stupid ass class, right? It was some kind of sexual whatever it is class, right? And in the class, it says rape is defined as turning a no into a yes.
Wow. For real?
Pretty much. So
turning a no into a yes.
Turning a no into a yes is rape.
You know what?
So,
all right. You know, but I mean, you know what's fucked up about that? I have gotten a no. Mm-hmm. And I chucked up the deuces. And like, wait, where you going?
Yeah.
I'm like, you said no.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't dust yourself off and try again.
Yeah.
So, did I rape them?
Yeah. You raped this nigga.
I'm a rapist.
Turned a no into a yes.
I turned a no into a yes.
Because no means no. No doesn't mean, hey, killer, try harder. Mm-hmm. Don't mean, hey, Doug, try harder. It means no. Mm-hmm. That's what it means. So if you try harder and you turn that no into a yes, technically you just raped somebody. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, think about that now, because a lot of the times we think about the word rape, right? Yeah. And we think about stuff like on TV. You think about 12 Years a Slave, that rape scene. Yeah. You think about whatever other movies. You think about what the movie with the tapes recently. You think about stuff like that, but you think about Players Club. Yeah, yeah.
Yo, he fucked the ass up.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm sorry for laughing at that. He fucked the ass up.
Where he came out, what he said when he came out the room?
I can't even remember. He fucked.
What did you do, Junior?
Yeah.
What did you do, Junior?
What you mean? Like, that bitch was
nigga was sweating and shit.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
When you think of rape, that's what you think of when you think of rape, dude.
Right.
But that's not necessarily the case all the time.
Right.
The case could be, hey, I put so much pressure on you that you said yes, even though you didn't want this to happen.
What do you mean, when you say no, but you really mean yes? What do you mean?
Think about Pepe Le Pew.
What? Isn't that
remember Pepe Le Pew, the cartoon, man?
Yeah. Oh, Pepe Le Pew used to fucking be persistent, man.
That nigga was that was sexual harassment.
That was sexual harassment
advertised through cartoon, bro.
Yeah. And that's how
that was showing that this is okay to be persistent, because eventually you're gonna get what you want.
But that's what society need to acknowledge, bro. It's acceptable if you are attractive or the person is attracted to you. This is the only time these behaviors are acceptable. So, you know, not to give you a Jamaican saying, they say puss on dog don't have the same look. That means this man might try it, but yo, you don't have that clout to do it. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So find out what your lane is and stay in your lane.
I agree.
And people need to accept their positions in society. You don't got it like that, fam.
I think
don't go rape nobody.
I agree. Don't go rape anybody.
Yeah. If you ain't got it like that, let it go.
I feel like
go find somebody got it like that with.
I feel like women need to acknowledge the man's side, and I feel like men have acknowledged the women's side of things.
I feel like we did.
I feel like men have acknowledged the women's side. I feel like we
have.
But women haven't acknowledged the man's side of it.
Nah.
You haven't acknowledged the fact that, hey, she might not have liked this. Mm-hmm. I could not tell at the moment. Mm-hmm. I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've never been in any of them situations.
Nah, I've never.
But I could assume that people who have money, people who have status, people who have clout can find themselves in those kind of situations where it's kind of iffy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, okay, I want you You know what I'm saying? Maybe, like you said, maybe they might have said no at first, but then they start thinking about shit and they say, hey, you know, I want that part in the movie.
Yeah.
Or I want to do this and I want to do that.
What am I missing out? Why am I missing out by saying no?
All right, fuck it.
Fuck it. Let me do this. I feel like he pressured me to do this. I feel like he
25
used his power to get me to do this, and I feel terrible about myself for going against my integrity.
25 years later,
and I've never forgiven myself for saying yes. Well, I mean, that was on you. That was on you. Like he shot his shit, and you had a chance to leave. Like that's on you.
Yeah, man. And I mean, if y'all want to know,
I feel like if the nigga ain't slamming the door, I feel like, oh, what's cause they say you got a button to lock the door? That's different.
Yeah, that's different. That's some other shit.
For you locking doors, that's different. But if I give you the door and you don't go, then I mean, I'm sorry. Look, I get it, but if you gotta just live with that one, forgive yourself.
I don't want to clarify my statement. So if y'all want to go listen to a couple episodes of Bootleg Cable Podcast from the back. From the past, and y'all know how we feel about this shit.
We gonna put this clip out, and you know what? Let the comments be lit.
Let it be lit.
Let it be lit. Let it be lit. Yo, you know what? We Jordan Lucas out here, motherfuckers. We Jordan Lucas. We just gonna say all the nasty, crazy shit, and y'all go ahead and comment about it, cause we just opening up the room for the conversation. Yeah. Let's hear y'all opinions.
Let it be lit.
Let it be lit.
Yeah. Just throw it out there real quick. Roy Moore lost. The pedophile. Roy Moore, the pedophile.
Yeah, man.
Nigga lost, man. Yeah.
So these women, they come in from 30 years ago too.
They are. Well, do we? I guess one of the things that I wanted to bring up with that too is, do we, depending on who we talking about, do we treat them differently? Because
that's true.
I think, and I think somebody else might have brought up this same kind of thought process, but we flamed Harvey Weinstein. Yeah. We flamed Bill Cosby. Yeah. We didn't necessarily flame Russell Simmons. You know what I'm saying?
We didn't flame Russell Simmons. We flamed Harvey because his dick came out. We flamed Bill Cosby because he was drugging females. Yeah. We didn't flame Russell because we didn't hear anything about drugs being involved. We just assumed that it was more so coercion, or like something along those lines.
Coerced them draws off.
Yeah. So I mean, we didn't flame him for that because I heard from what, and that's why we started this conversation, because I feel like Russell may have used his power, but at the same time, was it rape? Yeah. He used his influence, but was it rape? That's the.
And at the end of the day, you're gonna use your influence. If you're a businessman, you're gonna use your influence to get the better deal. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
God, yo. All right, we think we should stop.
Cold blooded.
I think we should stop.
Let it be lit.
All right, so man, Moore, man, fuck Moore. You know what I'm saying? Moore said, "Yo, what he said? It was a better time." When a black dude asked him, you know what I'm saying, when slavery, even though we had slaves, families were strong and united. And I spoke to my brother about that, and my brother actually brought up an interesting point. He was like, "Yo, look, the man's from Alabama, and be honest with you, that was the better time in Alabama, because they're considered not the most popular state, whatever. So he might be telling the honest truth, like, yo, at that point it might have been a better time. Maybe. As far as he remembered, but or as far as he heard from his history, that was the best time when Alabama was on top. But however, fuck him anyways. All right, who cares?
Net neutrality.
Yo, what's going on with that, man? Like, that's, I mean, I didn't realize that, like, like they could some services, like, they could pay more to have their product pushed forward on you.
So let's explain what net neutrality is. All right. So right now, net neutrality, if you just, let's break it down in layman's terms. Think about neutrality. Think about neutral. Yeah. So basically, it's net neutrality is a rule that's in place that states that internet providers have to be neutral to basically all content.
Yeah.
So they can't block certain content and allow certain content, big up certain shit that they in favor of, and put down shit that they not in favor of.
But they do.
They gotta remain neutral. That, you know what I'm saying? That's just the broad based definition of it.
Right.
That's what the net neutrality rules are. That's
on who
currently
you use.
in place.
If you use Google, then you know what I'm saying, Google might get some kickback from AT&T or whatever to a Walmart, whoever, to push their product or services
with the eliminate. Well, or that happens now.
Right.
That happens now. But we talking about internet service providers.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So AT&T, Comcast, Bright, whatever it is, whoever provides your internet service, they got to remain neutral to all content. They can't block certain shit and then not block certain shit.
Right. Basically,
and,
like movies could are allowed to stream better and faster than music or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So, but they do that though.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
But I guess they don't do it broadly. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, it's up right now in Congress or whatever, and I just, the reason why I wanted us to talk about it is because I wanted people, FCC. I wanted people to actually know and recognize that internet is a service that we pay for.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And
it's not a right.
It's not a right. We pay for it. So we should be in tune to what's going on, because if we're not, then we're paying for what we don't know. Like, we're getting what we fail to be a part of when we could have been a part of it. So we can be a part of the conversation, but we have to. So
they voted for this on Thursday.
Yeah.
And I guess the vote came down to 5 people. Now think about that for a second, and I mean, if you want to think about that in a larger scale, you can think about government and any other decision making that goes on in the United States. This decision basically came down to 5 people, 3 Republicans and 2 Democrats.
Yeah,
and they voted 3-2, yay for getting rid of the net neutrality rules. So according to the Republicans that voted, they feel like the net neutrality rules that are in place right now does not allow for competition. It does not allow for a even playing field when it comes to all of the internet providers or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
And their case was, if you think about it right now, how many people can you get internet service from right now? In our area.
Yeah, Comcast and AT&T.
Pretty much
that's it.
And then whatchamacallit, the TV service, either Comcast, AT&T, or Direct TV or Dish.
Right.
So you got
but
4.
At the end of the day, it's still Bell South that owns all the wires and shit like that. So that's who you're actually paying. Like, be honest with you.
Okay. So
and that's what it is. A lot of it has to do with the fiber optics in the area. So a lot of people won't get in on the business because, you know what I'm saying, who wants to dig up and run their own fiber optics? They got to pay for somebody else's shit.
Yeah.
To come to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So damn, what was my train of thought with this shit? The Republicans feel like this is going to allow more competition.
Yeah.
And I guess the Democrats, or majority of the people in the United States, feel like this is gonna it's not necessarily gonna breed more competition, it's gonna breed more unfairness. So just to throw the example out there, they're saying that it's gonna cause a situation where Google could decide, because Comcast is charging Google more for their internet space. And I mean, I don't want to get people fucked up and think that we some kind of tech heads and this and that, and I know all these tech terminology and all kind of shit. I don't.
Yeah, no.
But Google, I guess, takes up more space than, say, a Lycos, if Lycos still even exists, or AOL. Google is top dog.
Firefox.
So Google is like top dog right now as far as search engines, right?
Yeah.
So they would in turn have to pay Comcast or whatever internet provider for their, I guess, ISP space. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if that's the correct term. But they're supposed to pay more for their space. What they can do now with this whole net neutrality shit, since they got rid of it, is bring those charges down to us, the consumer, and say, you know what? I'm going to charge you 15 cents for every time you search on Google. Every Google search, I could charge you X, Y, and Z. Or what they also can do, and it would be legal, is like they said, if you want to order a pizza, but you prefer Papa John's, they could block out whatever Papa John's and put Pizza Hut instead, because Pizza Hut is a partner with Google or whatever. So they can start blocking certain content, bigging up certain content because of partnerships and this and that. So the bottom line is this whole net neutrality shit is going to breed greed rather than customer service, rather than integrity, rather than value.
It came down to Republicans to decide that, because that's what they like to see.
Yeah.
But that doesn't do anything in favor of the consumer.
Not at all.
Not at all.
And the thing is, all we talking about now is stuff that's hypothetically.
Yeah, but
hypothetically this could happen. But history has shown us that people with money want more money.
Yeah.
Companies with money want more money. They want all the fucking money in the world. They want all the resources, all the everything. They could throttle your speeds if they wanted to. They could say, all right, Coconut Creek, Parkland, Coral Springs, those are the rich areas. We give y'all higher internet speeds. Lauderdale Lakes, Pompano, Deerfield Beach, those are the poor areas. Y'all get lower internet speeds.
Right.
They could block out certain content. They could block out certain learning sites and promote their learning sites. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get rid of this net neutrality shit, the rules, they're gonna make their own rules.
All right, that's what we gotta get involved with. So that's what I'm saying. I'm glad you did all the research you did, and hopefully, you know what I'm saying, you was hitting some factual points where, you know, people could learn from this. And that's what we're saying. Like, we need to get more involved with things like this, because, like you said, this is gonna affect our lives in a way that we all live off convenience, and this is something that we all need, and this is, you know,
I don't know if it's scare tactics, but a lot of the people that was talking about this shit, and a lot of the people that was, and they said, if I'm not mistaken, the whole net neutrality shit came into place in 2012, that these regulations and rules came in 2012. So before that, these rules wasn't in place. I can't speak on what was happening before 2012 as far as internet service and what's blocked out or what's not blocked out or whatever the case is. But I assume that there was some kind of regulations that had happened at that time. Yeah. But this thing is the whole net neutrality thing. To me, it seems like it was there to keep the playing field equal. And I'm always the one that like to listen to both sides of each argument. I want to listen to what the Republicans have to say. I want to listen to the Democrats. You know what I'm saying? Who's for and against the situation. Yeah. But the people who are against the net neutrality rules, it seems to me that greed is the number one reason why they're against it. It don't seem like they're making any kind of arguments that would state that, hey, if we do this, this is going to be better for the consumers. Because at the end of the day, we the consumers, we paying for Netflix. Netflix just sent me a motherfucking shit when I turned on Netflix yesterday that said they're going to bump my prices up to $10.99 a month starting January. You know what I'm saying? So now they could say, all right,
little by little.
Yeah, so now, remember when we first started getting Netflix, it was like $4 or $5 or some shit like that. And then at that point, you could get
$7.99.
Yeah, you can get DVDs in the mail and you can stream shit online.
Yep.
Now you can't even get DVDs and Blu-rays no more from Netflix, if I'm not mistaken.
Now Netflix is gonna have to kick some money over to, you know, the service providers, Google or whatever.
Exactly.
And now their streaming is streaming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless somebody else want to come through and be Netflix now.
Yep. And then if you think about it now, okay, they changed their prices now. They up the prices now. Like when stuff like that happen, a lot of times since we use the products or whatever, we don't really think about it, right? But just think about that for a second. But if you got 1 million subscribers, if Bootleg Cable Podcast charged $1 for every subscriber, and we had 1 million subscribers, right? So we charge y'all $1 a year to be subscribed to Bootleg Cable Podcast.
Yeah.
And then next year we say, you know what? We want to create new content. We're going to start charging y'all $2. Mm-hmm. Next year, if we charge you $2 instead of $1 on January 1st every year, and we had 1 million subscribers, we just doubled our fucking money, bro.
Exactly, but that's what it is.
That's off of $1 though. Like you just thinking about it individually.
Yeah, because I mean everything is worked off shareholders, so you have to prove to your shareholders that you're able to keep making profit. That's how you keep your stocks up. So I think that's why these companies do that type of shit, man. They to show more profitability. You know what I mean? That's how they do that.
Well, this whole them shooting down this net neutrality shit from what I'm reading and I'm hearing, it's gonna make this shit the Wild Wild West, and everybody gonna start making up their own rules.
Right, but I mean that's shit. That's what happens, bro. I mean that's why I think that's why they're doing that, because they want. I got the money to put out, you know, or open up my own streaming service or whatever, or I could get with somebody else and do it, but because someone like Netflix is dominating the field right now, like I have to find a way to undercut them, and I have to find a way to get my, and that's what it's going to be.
In that sense, that could drive more competition.
Yeah,
but if we think about history, how often has that been a positive? How
it's been
has it been beneficial to us?
It's beneficial to us when it's geared towards certain things. Like right now, we live in Florida. FPNL is the only electrical company here.
Yeah.
So they, in turn, they could charge us whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
For a light bill.
Yeah.
But if there was a competition, then you know what? They're gonna have to compete for, people just like AT&T or Verizon or or Sprint. Like the bills started coming down after a while because of competition. Like they had to. Yeah, it's like, all right, damn, if I don't keep these bills somewhere below $89, motherfuckers gonna jump ship next year and go to a T-Mobile or go to fucking AT&T or whatever. So that, in that sense, yeah, it works out better because now you have options. And
I'm glad that you brought up the phone companies, because one of the videos and articles that I read, they kind of used the phone companies as an example, and they were saying that the phone companies are like the perfect example of what can happen with the internet. I believe it was a couple of years ago, Verizon had started trying to charge people that use iPhones more to use FaceTime specifically. So Verizon started blocking FaceTime or charging you a different tier of pricing because of the amount of data that FaceTime took up specifically for iPhone users. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's kind of like a thing that they could do with the Comcast could charge and say, hey, you have this kind of whatever, and I want to, because your speeds or whatever, they could charge you whatever the fuck they want. They can make up any rules that they want, and it's not going to be beneficial for them.
And that's what I hated about the phone companies, because I feel like as phone companies, they have the power to charge whatever the fuck they want.
Oh yeah,
but they never charge you the lowest price point. Like I feel like Metro PCS, that cheap cell phone services. I feel like all cell phone services can charge that much.
Of course they
can. At the end of the day, but they don't. And you know what I'm saying? I think that's fucked up, because like if you take, for example, like you remember when Nextel was around, when everybody could chirp everybody.
Yeah.
It's a radio service. You know what I'm saying? So it's actually free to broadcast the radio service. You know what I'm saying? But Sprint and them bought them out and kind of did away with that, you know what I mean, so that they could undercut that, because you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, anybody could hit up whatever. You don't have to pay for it. You don't have to call nobody.
Yeah.
So now you're not paying for the, you know what I'm saying, the minutes, calling for the minutes or whatever. Everybody's just chirping each other, and I think that's why they bought them out. I miss that service, dog. I ain't gonna lie. And there's apps or whatever, because your phone, you know what I'm saying, works off radio signals, so your phone actually can work even though the cell phone towers are down.
I don't think that's true.
What?
That your phone could work.
Yeah.
The phone, it's a different frequency. It's not a radio frequency for your phone.
I think there is one.
No, it's a different frequency that the phones work off of. And then the funny thing about that is each company has their own frequency too. Right. Like Verizon has specific frequency. I think T-Mobile, they bought up certain frequencies or whatever. It's not radio frequencies for the phones, because if that was the case, you wouldn't be able to make certain calls. You wouldn't be able to make a call to Jamaica because the curvature of the earth and all kind of shit like that. So just like the chirp, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, you couldn't chirp a nigga in New York.
Yeah, we could.
So it was dope. So it wasn't radio. It's not radio.
Nah. I could chirp in motherfucking California.
Yeah. So it was cell phone that shit was working. It's cell towers. It's not. It's a different frequency.
I could chirp anybody I wanted to, but I wasn't being charged. I wasn't being charged for the chirps. That's what I'm trying to say. That didn't go against my minutes. My minutes usage. Yeah. So why?
They try to monetize everything nowadays, bro.
All right.
Everything.
What I'm saying is the cell phone conversations work off the towers. But what I'm saying is a cell phone is capable of receiving radio signals.
I agree with that. Yes.
Therefore, that's what I'm trying to say.
But they block it.
But they block it. They install apps that prevent you from utilizing that feature.
I think that this whole net neutrality thing is going to breed a lot of rogue internet providers. It's going to breed a lot of underground people that's using illegally using broadband frequencies and this kind of that and somebody going to use that to rise to the top, because at the end of the day we going to find a way. As people, we're going to find
hustlers. Exactly. Going to find a way.
So if you think about it, even with cable, you know what I'm saying? We got the fire sticks where niggas could holla at such and such, yo, man, you program this from me.
It's always going to be a hustle.
Exactly. So it's going to be a hustle the same way. Niggas is going to find a way around it. And fuck y'all cell phone companies. Fuck the internet providers. All of that shit.
Indeed. Man. Don't put out my porn history.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, what's this ugly ass little jit that got fucking bullied, man?
Oh, ugly ass Scarface.
Ugly ass. Hey, listen, when he saw this
square head,
big old eye face.
Love. What's his name? Love Jones Chunk. What's the nigga name from the Goonies?
I don't know, man, but you got that fake fraud ass Justin Bieber haircut face ass. Hey, listen, hey, I seen that, right?
Inbreeded ass.
How did this come across your timeline? And how did it go for you? What's your timeline look like with this?
My timeline, it wasn't necessarily my timeline. I found out about it at work. We was having a discussion at work, and one of the chicks at work was like, "Oh, did you hear about the little kid that got bullied?" And I was just like, "Yo, I listened to it, and I just cried because we got a kid the same age and blah 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 blah." And I was like, "What?" I said, "How come I ain't hear about this? Send it to me."
Yeah.
So Shorty sent it to me, and then after that, pretty much my timeline was flooded.
Let's get back before that though. Okay. You saw it, then how did Dub feel when Dub saw this?
When I saw this, I was like, "Pussy nigga, shut the fuck up." You know what I'm saying? Stand up for yourself, homeboy.
Yeah.
You might look different. I don't think that he has any physical disabilities. I don't know. I don't. Your mouth work the same way.
No.
Fuck this bullying shit, right? When I was younger, I got picked on.
Same here.
Black ass nigga.
Yeah.
Goat 4 eyes. Old black nappy headed ass. Old skinny ass. This, nigga, your shirt. You can have the freshest shirt on in the planet.
Yeah.
Niggas is still gonna pick on your shirt, whatever.
Yeah.
Get some get back, man.
You gotta find it.
Get some get back. Stand up for yourself.
You gotta find it.
Don't, you know what I'm saying? Let me give you a personal story. I remember, and this was one of them stories that really, really taught me to stand up for myself, right?
Yeah.
5th grade.
Yeah.
This nigga, we had a school bully, this nigga named Mario, right? Mario was this soft ass bully that was bullying everybody, but somehow he made everybody think that he was tough or whatever the case is. So I had got into it with both him and his, like, he had like family members that kind of tried to follow suit or whatever with what he was doing. And I got to the point, I'm the type of person, I'm trying to avoid the drama. That's how I've always been my entire life. So I remember one day my pops dropped me off at school, right? Yeah. And the way the school was set up, they had portables in the area where you was dropping your kids off at. It's like a U shape, and it had portables around. So the nigga dropped me off, and I had just walked to my portable where no other kids was at. It was just me by myself.
Yeah.
And he pulled back around. My pops pulled back around, and he was just like, "Yo, why you sitting over here by yourself?" I was just like, I got some problems with these cats right here. I'm just trying to avoid the problems or whatever. I don't need no drama, this and that. And in not so many words, he was like, "Man, fuck that. Don't let nobody get you out of you being you or whatever. Go handle your business. If some shit go down, and like I say, I'm paraphrasing, if some shit go down, handle your business. Like, don't let nobody punk you or stop you from going where everybody else at. You here hanging out by yourself or whatever." And I was like, all right, cool. Pops and gave me some confidence and da-da-da-da. So
nah,
I'm like, all right.
It ain't giving the confidence, man. It's pulling the handcuff off.
Yeah.
Because in your mind, you're like, yo, and I was like that too when I was like, yo, I didn't want to get in trouble. I wasn't scared of getting my ass whooped. I was just scared of getting in trouble.
That's what it is.
And that's why I stayed away from it.
Right word. Scared of getting in trouble.
Yeah.
So I was just like, all right, Pops done put the battery in my back. So I walked out onto the playground and da-da-da-da, and Mario started talking shit to your boy. And I was just like, yo, nigga, Pops done put the battery in my back. Nigga, I could do whatever the fuck I want to do. Nigga, Mario started talking that shit. Nigga, I took off my backpack and whop, 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 whop. Started whooping that nigga ass, beating the shit out of Mario. Somehow I ended up getting jumped to some shit and whatever, and they broke it up, da-da-da-da-da. Next day at school, or after I got suspended or whatever, next week or whatever, nigga, I'm the fucking hero. That's that nigga that whooped Mario ass. Oh, that nigga whooped Mario.
Yeah.
And it was just like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying?
Mario, you got your ass whooped, nigga. You got your princess tucked, nigga.
Shot that nigga with the fireball and everything, nigga.
Nigga went fucking hit that star. Brooklyn, where we live at. But yeah.
So when I saw this, I was just like, nigga, what you crying for? Yeah, you look different from everybody else. You got a scar on your head.
Yeah.
Stand up for yourself. And I feel like your parents need to instill that in you. When I saw that.
So, all right. Okay. Good. I'm happy to hear your story, and that's why I feel fortunate to be a part of my kids' lives. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes ain't a part of their kids' lives, and these are lessons that you're not able to pass down to your kid if you're not a part of their kids' lives. You know what I'm saying? So even to this day, it's like my kid, you know what I'm saying, comes to me and he's like, yo, and I mean, such and such was picking on me because of this and that. And instantly you're like, yo, wait, who? Yo, fuck, nah, I'm not gonna say fight them. I'm not gonna say do none of that. What I tell my son is like,
stand up for yourself.
Stand up for yourself. Nobody has the right to make you feel bad about yourself.
Yeah.
Do not let them make you feel bad about you. You got it. It's about respect. So show them why they should respect you.
Yeah.
If they say something to you, you say something back. If they touch you, hey, listen, man, go ahead and tell the teacher. No, first tell them, look, don't do that again. It's not cool. You let them know that.
Yeah.
If they don't, you let the teacher know. If they pursues after that, the gloves is off.
Gotta handle your BS.
Gotta handle your business, fam. So. But however, I'm watching this video. I know. Let me stop lying. I'll take that back. This popped on my timeline, and you know what I did? I looked at the headlines. I looked at this goofy ass looking fucking kid, and I kept it fucking scrolling. Right?
Say you ain't paying no mind.
I ain't paying no fucking mind. Now I'm seeing celebrities posting about this shit, and I'm like, yo, are y'all serious? Like, yo, I just gave you a scenario where my kid came to me and said something was wrong, and even as angry as I got, I didn't start turning to a victim myself.
Yeah.
I try to give him the tools he can use to better himself and defend himself with. Yeah. Why would a parent turn the camera on their kid? Oh, that's what I said to myself. Like, why would a parent turn the camera on their kid?
Yeah.
And instantly I knew this was some fuck shit. And then it came out to be some fuck shit. Like, these people are trolling y'all and got y'all to donate money to them. Yo, good for y'all.
I agree.
Good for everybody that fell victim to that.
I agree.
Because if you can't see, like, there's no reason as a parent, even if you don't have kids, there's no reason a camera should be in your kid's face if they're saying they're being bullied.
Why are you putting your kid on blast like that?
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
He has to live with that now.
Making fun of my head.
Yeah. What? Are you serious? Like, yo, that's just gonna lead to more bullying. Yo, that might solve this situation if it was true. But the next grade he goes into, guess what? I saw your little retarded ugly ass on the damn goody face ass. Cry baby face ass motherfucker. Oh, ugly ass bitch.
Nigga cry to your mama.
Oh, punk ass pussy. Fuck you gonna tell me? You ain't gonna cry? Oh, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, there's no reason.
Gonna chain you up and feed you Snickers, nigga.
Ugly ass boy. Now, I'm saying all that shit because I found out that this family is even racist. Like, yeah, fuck them, man. Yo, fuck them all the way. Fuck them. So I mean, in my head, I thought this ugly ass boy, but I wouldn't have said it out loud until I know that family's racist.
But
now it's like, yo,
not even that, man. Like this shit prompted me to have a conversations with my kids, and even before that, right? My daughter had gotten braces, right? Yeah. She had gotten braces a little while ago, and when she got the braces, I said to her, I said, listen, I said, kids is gonna make fun of you because you got braces. Yeah. So that's just the way it is. Yeah, they're gonna make fun of you because you got. They're gonna
go to the easy gimmies. Like,
yeah, I said to her, I said, kids is gonna make fun of you before you got the braces. I was like, I'm pretty sure kids made fun of your teeth. She was like, yes, they made fun of her teeth or whatever. Yeah, and I said, to be honest with you, I said this might not be the right thing to tell you, but I'm gonna say it to you anyway. Have ammo. Yeah, for all that shit.
That's it.
I said even the prettiest girl in school,
they got
even the most handsome dude in the school,
they got a soft spot.
They got. I said you can even use they positives as ammo and turn it into a negative.
They got a spot.
Have ammo for everybody and just keep that shit tucked away.
That's
just in case you got to use it. Don't let anybody ever make you feel down about yourself.
Yeah, my kid came on one day and he tells me, like, look. I was having a conversation with him. I don't really do the whole like, yo, so how was your day? Let me try to find out who fuck with you today. Like, I don't do that. I like for it to come out naturally. If it comes out naturally, then that's cool. Like, I feel like he could talk to me at any point. So he's like, yeah, man, you know, my friend, he act like he's my friend, and then he punched me in the chest and he runs away. I'm like, really? I'm like, so how does that make you feel? It makes me feel bad. I'm like, why does it make you feel bad? Because I want to hit him back. I was like, all right, cool. You know what?
Hit his ass back.
Next time, since he running away, next time you be like, hey, what's up, Roy? Everything good? Bust him. Bust him. My son came home about 2 days later, jumped out the car while I was moving. Dad, guess what happened? Guess what happened? Such and such. I went up to him, busted him in his chest, and I took off. He couldn't catch me. He was crying. I was like, how you make you feel? Good. I'm like, all right, then cool.
There you go.
You got yours back, bro. Yeah. Don't let nobody leave with theirs.
Get some
you
get
it back,
man.
Get some get back.
And I mean, I understand.
Find a way. I know it ain't good to encourage kids to be busting each other's ass.
Listen, maybe other parents don't think the same way we think. Maybe other parents.
I'm not raising my child to be no victim, man.
They don't They don't talk to their kids as much. They don't instill that confidence in them. They don't.
Maybe they never had it themselves.
I always instilled that. Even with my son, I took him to the playground the other day, and one of the kids at the playground hit him, and I was just watching him, and I was like, let me see what this nigga gonna do. Little kid hit him, nigga Dylan, then bap, 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 bap. And then afterwards he was just like, like daddy, da 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 da. And I was like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I don't do that. Yeah. I took him to the side. I was like, all right, man, good job. Like, stand up for yourself. Right. And one time he even said it loud. He was just like, daddy, he said, if anybody hit me, I hit them back, right? Right? I was like, yeah, right?
That's what you do.
Definitely. If somebody hit you, you hit them back. And one of the parents was there, and they was kind of laughing at what I was teaching them or whatever. And I'm like, yo, I'm not teaching you to go to school and be no bully. You ain't no punching bag.
I told him that.
Don't go start nothing.
No.
Not go start nothing with nobody.
No.
But if somebody hit you, hit them back. And even my girls now, I tell them, I say, listen, don't even give nobody the opportunity to hit you. You know what I'm saying? They about to be going to 9th grade. I had to talk with them. I said, yo, y'all at the top of the totem pole right now. Y'all running shit in 8th grade. You the big dogs. I said, when you go to 9th grade, you're going to be the little dogs until you get to be a senior. But don't act like you're a little dog. Don't bow down to nobody. Don't cause trouble with nobody. Stay in your lane. Be yourself. This, that, and the third. But don't let nobody pick on you. Don't let nobody pick on you because you in the 9th grade, because you're younger than them. Don't let nobody take advantage of you, talk to you any kind of way.
Right.
Get some motherfucking get back. And if you end up getting into a fight over it, you end up busting the chick ass or whatever the case is, I'm going to be there to support you because I know that you're not at school seeking out any drama.
Hey, that's it. I know your heart. I know you. That's not you. And that's why I always ask my kids, like, how did it make you feel?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that person that's doing that type of stuff? You feel like they're wrong for that? Yes. You feel like they're being bullies? Yes. All right. They're not doing the right thing then.
Yeah.
It's up to you to make a difference.
Yeah. Don't, you know what I'm saying? And that's my takeaway from all of this shit, man. You know, even though mom, you know, they want money and the celebrities reached out to them and the mom was like, oh, post my GoFundMe and all kind of shit.
Yeah, why give them money? Like, what's that going to do for them? What's that going to do for them?
Any kind of problem, I guess you throw money at it
and
it's supposed to make it better.
Yeah. That makes you feel better about you.
So, I mean, I don't even want to clown on.
Makes you feel better for giving, but nah, that's not the right time to give.
I don't even want to clown on Keith.
Give it to Bootleg KB Podcast
with the horseshoe scar in his head.
Fuck old Peyton Eli Manning face ass.
Look like a horse stepped on your head, ass nigga.
Look like you are the Broncos face ass.
Mr. Ed looking bad.
Broncos coat face ass.
Or Quasimodo looking at one eye open.
Yeah, one eye
closed, half ass.
Oh, teacher, what's the answer face ass? Fuck you, Keaton.
Oh, mama picking on me face ass.
Oh man. Sad face ass, man.
But parents, man, don't promote the victim mentality. Make sure your kids stand up for you. And if your kids can't stand up for themselves, you stand up and you be that beacon of light for them. Yeah. So that, you know what I'm saying, they ain't at school and just being a fucking beating stick and they causing them to, it leads to further situations because
fight or fleet.
Yeah.
Show if you teach them one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Because on the other end of the spectrum, it was 2 other kids that happened the same week where these kids that got picked on so bad that they ended up taking their own lives. So whoever these kids that was picking on these other kids, the other 2 kids that took their lives this past week, or past 2 weeks, it made them feel so bad about themselves that they felt like they was better off dead in the situation. And you don't never want your child to have some kind of outside influence make them feel like that.
Yeah.
So you gotta put that battery in their back.
You gotta find them, give them a ground to stand on.
Yeah, definitely.
Give them a ground to stand on.
I had some other shit that I wanted to talk about, but let's forget that shit, man. That's that shit I don't like, bro.
That's the shit I don't like. What the fuck do I have for that shit I don't like this week? You go first. I'll think of something.
God damn,
nigga, you ain't go first the last time.
Nigga, I did go first the last time.
Did you? All right, you might have. Now I feel like there was something, but I can't remember right now. What's it?
I don't know, man.
That's that shit I don't like. Right.
Anything you watching on TV right now?
Not a damn thing. I haven't watched TV all week.
Any movies or whatever that you think that people need to check out or anything coming up?
I watched the Justice League joint. I thought that was great.
The movie?
I heard a lot of people shit on it, but I thought it was great.
Is that movie one of them situations where you had to watch Batman and then this, that, and then Wonder Woman or whatever to see, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, you'd want to know who Wonder Woman is, or you want to know where she came from, or all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, to follow the storyline, no, you don't need to watch it. And I feel like they didn't need to really develop any of the characters and get. Yeah, it's like, all right, that's Flash, that's Cyborg. That's Aquaman, that's Batman. Wonder Woman, and that's Batman. All right, action, and that's it.
Was the actual storyline dope in the movie?
That's it. There wasn't much of a storyline, and that's what was great about it, because there was a lot of action and not much of a storyline. And I feel like, because low key, I didn't want a bunch of storyline. I just wanted something simple enough to follow, and the action to match what I'm following. And that's what I got.
Okay, that's what it is, man.
Star Wars came out.
Did it come out?
Yeah. Do you fucks with Star Wars?
I fucked with the last movie.
In the theaters or?
In the theaters. I went and saw it in the theaters. It was pretty good. I felt like you didn't necessarily.
Yeah.
Not Rogue One.
Oh, whatever the fuck.
The one before Rogue One. So I guess it wasn't the last one. I forgot the name of it.
Yeah.
But I felt like you didn't necessarily have to be a Star Wars fan to mess with that movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With Kylo Ren.
I think what it is like, I enjoy it. However, I'm like, what am I missing? That's what I say to myself when I watch it. Like, what do I have to go watch all of them to get why that just happened?
I guess you need to really be up on certain shit, but like I said, man, the last I've seen all the Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
I've seen all 6 of them before not Rogue One, but before the Rogue One movie came out.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like it was necessary. It definitely was necessary for me to understand that, okay, that's Luke Skywalker at the end.
Yeah.
Han Solo died in the last movie or what, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That part was like, okay, cool. I understand who these characters are and why they're here. But do I know the story 100% and I need to follow this shit 100%? Nah, not really. You know what I'm saying? It was a good movie and it stood on its own. So I know that the dude Finn, the black dude, he's in there and it's you know what I mean, but it is what it is.
Yeah, man. But all right, man, so y'all go check out those movies, man, and let us know. Hit us up. Comment underneath the YouTube video and just let us know how you feel about the podcast, man. I'm glad we rock with y'all today.
Definitely.
If you made it to the end, man, I appreciate y'all for rocking with us.
Hit us with a thumbs up if you're feeling it. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all social media, all that shit.
Definitely, man. And share, man.
Yes, sir.
We on the journey to, all right, so we should set it like a benchmarker, like, all right, where do we want to be at in the next 2-3 months as far as subscribers go?
At least 1,000, bro.
1,000, man. All right, so we on the journey to 1,000, man. So within the next 3 months, man, go ahead, man. Share us, man.
And I think we're gonna take the rest of the year off, man. Fucking Christmas coming up.
Oh yeah.
Christmas coming up next week Monday or whatever, and we got New Year's and all of that shit.
Yeah, we ain't putting out a podcast Christmas week unless somebody do something retarded. Then we might do a little reaction to that. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so y'all might not get another podcast for maybe about 2 weeks. I don't know if we feeling it. We'll discuss and see what it is, man. But
yeah,
niggas need time to chill too, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So yeah, man. Hope you enjoyed so far. I think we had a great year.
Oh yeah.
If this is the last one for the year, we definitely had a great year as a podcast.
Oh, definitely, man.
So yeah, man. We definitely got closer as a team. And content has gotten way doper, and you know what I'm saying, I appreciate rocking with you, bro.
For the new year, I think we probably gonna do some merchandising type situations.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
We're gonna definitely do some different kind of content, and
we
probably
get to that bag.
Yeah, it probably won't necessarily be straight podcast situations. We might do skits. We might for those that don't know, those of us that's new to this shit. Both me and Killer is MCs. We not active.
Yeah,
at the moment, but at the end of the day, we MCs. So hopefully we can come out with some music that y'all could probably support or whatever that can help us build up the podcast and all of that. You never know. 2018 is going to be a big year for us, I feel. So just stay tuned, man. Stick with us, rock with us, follow us, share us, and y'all
keep it real with us, and we'll keep it real with you, man.
Definitely, man.
All right.
Bootleg Cable Podcast.
And if you can't spell that,
something wrong with your ass.
And it's bootleg.
Ain't nothing fake about it.
Man, we out.
Deuces.